What's up, YouTube? Two movies here. Now, last month I did do my top 100 anticipated movies of 2023, but there's not every film coming this year that I'm anticipating. There are also some films I'm not all that excited for. Ones that I'm a little cautious. One that I think is probably not. One that I'm not really all that intrigued. I mean, granted, majority of these movies could easily be a surprise. I was not even interested in that Paw Patrol movie, and I was like, okay, that Paw Patrol movie wasn't so bad. I mean, who would ever expect like a guy in his 30s or late 20s would even be interested in a Paw Patrol film? So I still decided to go ahead and do my top 10 least anticipated films of the year. Uh, like I said, I'm not saying that these movies are going to be terrible or anything like that. It's just I'm not really anticipating them as I were for my top 100. And no, I'm not doing my top 100 one. I'm doing my top 10 at least anticipated this time. So, that being said, here is my 10 list. All right, number 10, I'm going to go with Shotgun Wedding. Now, I really do quite like Jennifer Lopez. I think, she could be a really good actress when she wants to be. Like, she was great in that movie Hustle a couple years ago. Or Hustlers, my bad. Uh, and so this new film, Shotgun Wedding, which I should be interested in because it is from the same director of Pitch Perfect and Sisters, two films I really did appreciate. But that trailer that got released for this thing looks dreadful. I mean, this does not look all that funny. I like the cast involved too. You got Jennifer Coolidge, who I've always enjoyed. You've got Josh Duhamel, who's always really decent. But yeah, this just does not look all that great. And you got Lenny Kravitz is in this. You got a good cast involved, a good director, but yeah, and of course this movie was originally set for a theatrical release, but it's going to Prime Video instead, so that probably tells you something there too. So yeah, I'm not too excited for this thing, but we'll see. All right, okay, number 10, I should be interested in because I've enjoyed like the Venom movies, and of course I've enjoyed like the Spider-Man films and all that. But after Morbius, I don't know if I and after hearing some stuff I've been hearing about this, I don't know if I could get excited for this. Number 9 is Craven the Hunter. This is literally the only comic book film that was not in my top 100 anticipated movies of 2023. And I should be interested in this. You got Russell Crowe supposed to be in this. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven. I think he's going to be great. I'm digging the cast list. You got Ariana DeBose, who I love, but I don't know. Just after Morbius, I don't know if I could get really excited for these. Other than Venom 3, I'll probably be more interested in Venom 3. But I don't know if I could get excited for any of these like Marvel spin-offs. Like I'm not too. I might be a little excited for Madam Web, but because of stuff I've been hearing about that. But that aside, I'm hoping for great things about Craven the Hunter. Will be better than Morbius. Who knows? Will it be Craven time this year? Who knows? But yeah, I'm not really too thrilled. Like I'm not too excited for this thing at all. So hopefully we'll see. All right. Speaking of Russell Crowe, number 8 is another Russell Crowe movie I'm interested in, or I'm not interested in, and that is The Post Exorcist. It's a shame because Russell Crowe obviously is an Oscar-winning actor. He's been in some great films over the years. Not every movie he's been in turns out go. And Post Exorcist, maybe it's because like I'm not like a big fan of the Exorcism possession movies. Like I like the Exorcist. I'm interested for that new Exorcist movie coming out this year. But of course, we just had that Pray for the Devil movie, or nah, I forgot the name of it. That was it. Yeah, I think it was called Pray for the Devil, or Devil We Can't See, or something like that. That was pretty terrible. The Devil Insider was horrible. So yeah, now the director does actually make some really cool movies I've enjoyed before, like Overlord. I enjoyed. Samaria was pretty good, but I don't know. Now, if you guys don't know much about the Pope Sextus, let me tell you what the film is about. All right, it's actually based on a true story, which is that's a dream right there. And in it, sort of like, of course, this Pope. This Father Gabriel Amorth, chief exorcist for the Vatican, battles Satan and innocent possessing demons, and a detailed portrait of a priest who performed more than 110,000 exorcism in his lifetime. So that's cool and everything. You've got former Django actor Frank O'Neill supposed to be in this. That's cool too, but I don't know. I'm not really all that thrilled with this thing, and so I'm not really too anticipated for this one. I mean, I like Russell Crowe, but yeah, we'll see. All right, number seven. This one kind of pains because despite him being a sicko and everything, he's made some classic movies. That is Roman Polanski's The Palace. All right, here's the thing. I always try to separate the art from the arts. I'm still interested in seeing The Flash despite the whole Ezra Miller situation. You know, but I don't know. This Palace movie does not like Roman Polanski. Of course, made some classic movies over the years, over his lifetime. Whether it's Chinatown, whether it's Rosemary's Baby, he's made some terrific movies. I cannot really get excited for another film of his because his last couple movies I did try watch. It's not because of like who Roman Polanski is in real life and stuff like. Because let's be real, Roman Polanski is a terrific director. He's done some classic stuff over the years. But Roman Polanski does take a fact that Roman Polanski is a sicko. And how is he still making movies is still beyond me. But yeah, this of course supposed to have like Mickey Rourke, who has not really done a great film. He calls Tom Cruise overrated, and not a fan of Tom Cruise. But yeah, Mickey Rourke, he has not done anything good for the past number of years. Let me pull up what the movie is about, though. Now, this is a supposed to be like a French-based film. And the film's supposed to have like Mickey Rourke, John Cleese from Monty Python fame supposed to be in this. But yeah, they are saying that this could possibly premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. But yeah, with the whole Me Too movement and everything, how has Roman Polanski not been canceled? Like, so many stars has been canceled these days for stuff they did or said and all. How is Roman Polanski still not canceled? Is beyond me. But this film is supposed to take place like on New Year's Eve, 1999, where like a dinner party at a Gaston Palace takes an unexpected turn. You got Mickey Rourke, John Cleese, Oliver Mascucci, I think his name is. You got some good cast members, but I don't know. I'm just not too anticipating for this one, despite Roman Polanski directing some classic movies over the years. But yeah, of course he did do The Pianist, which was a good one too. But we'll see how this thing shapes up. All right. Number 6, I'm going to go with After Everything. Now, this is supposed to be the final After movie, which these After movies are horrible. I'm sorry. Cool. Kudos to you if you like the After movies. That's perfect. But I think they just are not all that great. They don't capture the erotic aspect you'll expect for. I miss the classic erotic base of films, whether it's something like 9.5 Weeks. I was hoping Deep Water would be it, but that's definitely not the case. But yeah, I literally thought the last After movie was supposed to be the final one, but I guess that's not really the case there. Of course, this has a hero. Hero finds Tiffin, who is, by the way, is the son of one of the greatest actors without an Oscar, Ray Fiennes. That's right. Hero finds Tiffin is the son of Ray Fiennes. And he was actually not bad in Woman King either. But I really want to see this guy, become like maybe Robert Pattinson or Jamie Dornan. That shows that you're not just the guy from these like YA based stuff that you are capable of. I'm hoping once the After movies are finished, we get to see him in more like better stuff. Of course, you have Josephine Langford, the sister of the girl from Dirty Reasons Why fame, Kathy Langford. She's also in this. So yeah, I don't know. These movies are just one of the like. I've mentioned this one time on a Facebook thread. After movies like After and the 365 Days movies, I'm pretty much like Danos right now with the 50 Shades movies. Perhaps I treat them harshly. Yeah, like these, the After movies and the 365 Days films. Which I don't think we're getting a fourth one this year, but there is still talk about one. But whenever that comes out, that will be my least anticipated films of whenever that comes out. But these erotic based movies makes the 50 Shades movies look like Citizen Kane. Yeah, I probably will. I probably would rather watch the 50 Shades movies again. Oh, I would rather watch a fourth 50 Shades movie over these garbage. That's how bad these After movies are. And yeah, I can't really be too excited for this thing at all. But who knows? All right, number five, I'm gonna go with Jesus Revolution. Now, I don't mind. I'm not really much of a religious guy or anything like that, but I don't mind faith-based movies. I really quite like. I'm not. I quite like the first two God's Not Dead movies. The one about the Columbine film. What was the name of it? Ah, dang it. The one about Columbine. Not Bowling for Columbine. The one with the Dang, I forgot the name of it. It was for Perflex. Dang, I forgot the name of it. Uh, I'll remember it. But there was that one. There was some other really good ones, like of course going all the way back with the Ten Commandments, or maybe Ben Hur. But the faith-based genre has not really had great stuff lately. And Jesus Revolution, starring Kelsey Grammer, who has not really had a great track record lately, this movie looks god awful. Yeah, it just does not look great. I mean, let me even talk what the movie is about. For any- Now, of course, you have Kimberly Owens Paisley, of course, from Father the Bride fame. And it's pretty much based on author Pastor Greg Laurie and his book Jesus Revolution about the Jesus movement in California during the 1970s. I mean, you also have some good cast members like Joe Courtney, who I liked in the Kissy Booth movies. You have Anna Grace Barlow. She's a really cool actress. Devon Franklin's also in this. So, got some cool cast members, but this just doesn't look all that great. I mean, the performances doesn't, rack up there. It just does not look all that great. So, yeah, I mean, it might be a surprise. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. And top it off, another reason why I'm a little the film is also from co-director of Woodlawn. I can only imagine, which I actually have enjoyed, but yeah, just the trailer alone for this one, they're much for me. Anyway, number four, I'm gonna go with Beautiful Disaster. Now, this is actually from the same director who gave us Cruel Tensions and one of the After movies. Speaking of After, this stars Dylan Sprouse from Sweet Life fame. You have Jeannie Gardner, who was just in that movie Four. Now, this is actually based on a book here, and to be honest, this does not look all that great. I mean, I never really read the book, so maybe I just don't have appreciation for the book because I never read it or anything like that. But yeah, this just, I mean, it just doesn't look all that great at all. The cat. Let me put what the film is about. Here. They just give you a better synopsis, and I could like I said, one is directed by Roger Kama, who of course gave us Cruel Intentions, which is a '90s classic right there. Here's what the film's about. Travis Maddox spends his night fighting in underground boxing matches and his days as the ultimate college campus charmer. Intrigued by freshman's resistance to his appeal, Travis offers her a simple bet. If he loses his next fight, he must remain, I kid you not, this is the actual synopsis. He must remain sex free for a month. If he wins, she must live in his apartment for the same amount of time. Nice. I'm hoping I get 1,000. That's my New Year's resolution. Anyway, as I was saying, beautiful disaster just does not look all that great. I mean, it's a shame too because I've of course grew up with Dylan Sprouse. I still remember when he played when him and his brother Cole Sprouse played Frankenstein and Big Daddy. Of course, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Remember him and his brother was in Friends. Although I feel like he hasn't really I feel like Dylan's brother Cole Sprouse kind of has a bigger, maybe a bigger, more bigger career because of Riverdale fame and all. I'm hoping we see Dylan Sprouse really branch out into more territory because I think this dude is a really terrific actor. His brother Cole's pretty talented too. So we'll see how this movie shapes up, but I'm not really all that anticipating it. All right. Number three, another faith-based Christian movie, and that is Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist. Now, if you guys don't know much about Left Behind, this is mainly based on a book. There was actually film adaptation of Left Behind. There was like one with Kirk Cameron. Yeah, Kirk Cameron. Oh boy. There was also one. There was a terrible one with Nicolas Cage a few years back. This one, of course, have Kevin Sorbo, who you remember as Hercules. You got Neil McDonough, who you might remember from Legends of Tomorrow fame. This looks god awful. I mean, this movie looks so bad. They're not even they're giving this like a Phantom event release, which granted, not every movie that goes through Phantom events are bad. I mean, there are some decent ones. Obviously, Clerks 3 was pretty good, but there's some not so good ones like Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So yeah, but Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist. I mean, you don't have Kirk Cameron in this. Thank heavily, but yeah, I feel like when we go watch this movie, we're gonna the only thing we're gonna be praying for is for this movie to end. That that's what I always say every time I see a bad Christian movie. I the only thing I pray for is for this movie to end quickly. But yeah, this does not look all that great. I mean, like I said, I don't mind Christian movies. Okay, I don't mind the God's Not Dead movies. Obviously going all the way back to Ten Commandments, Ben Hur, are classics. But yeah, it's been a while since we had a great Christian based film, and this does not look all that great. So, all right, number two, I'm gonna go with The Nun Two. Now, now I really quite like the Conjuring movies, except for Curse of La Llorona or maybe the first Nun. To be honest, the first Nun is maybe the worst out of the Conjuring franchise. So I don't know if I'm too excited for this one. I mean, I still wish we got the Crooked Man instead, but hey, that's probably never gonna happen. We also gained Conjuring 4, which James Wan said that might be the final of the Conjuring movies, but we'll see. But that aside, there are some cool stuff going for this Nun movie, though. You do got Storm Reed, who I like in Euphoria. You got Thais Formiga returning. And it's directed by Michael Chavez, who's a bit of a hit and miss. He did a good job with the last Conjuring movie, which I guess is maybe the weakest out of the franchise, but he still did an okay job with that one. You know, he did a decent job. Of course, he did do Curse of La Llorona, which was not good, but he did do a decent job with Conjuring. Devil Made Me Do It. So he's a bit of a hit and miss. I don't know if this number is going to be all that great, but hey, Valak is still one. Like, of course, you got Bonnie Aarons is returning. She is like the Valak character is a creepy character, so we'll see. But yeah, this does not. Yeah, this does not look all that great, but or it doesn't sound all that great. I mean, who knows? Maybe when a trailer hits, I'll be like, yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. But as of right now, not all that pumped, but we'll see. All right. My number one least anticipated film of the year. Now, I don't mind remakes because if it stinks, who cares? Still got the original. And I've been waiting for this thing literally seems like forever. That is the 2023 remake of The Crow. Now, of course, this is based on a comic book, but it got turned into a film with the late great Brandon Lee as the Tyrell. And when they, of course, they've been trying to get a Crow remake off the ground, seems like forever. You know, of course, folks like Jack Houston, Tom Hiddleston, I believe Jake Gyllenhaal, if I'm not mistaken. I know some other act like Jason Momoa was once attached. That never came to fruition. There's been directors leaving, coming. I mean, yeah. And so when they announced a new like that Crow is finally getting pubs for speed, I was interested. And and then of course they did announce that Bill Skarsgård's playing the role. Who I love Bill Skarsgård. I love him as Pennywise. Cannot wait to see him in John Wick Chapter 4. I think Bill Skarsgård is great. But then they announced the film's director, and that put my excitement down a notch. I can't remember the. Let me post the director's name first. Pro 2023 director. Okay, the director of the 2023 Crow movie is none other than Rupert Sanders. Now, here his like the movies that Rupert Sanders has directed. All right, he did the 2012 Snow White and the Huntsman film, which maybe Huntsman was worse, but Snow White and the Huntsman was not all that stack up to be. So there's that. Then he directed one of the worst anime like film adaptations of an anime to date. That's right. This is worse than I prefer Dragon Ball Evolution over this, and he directed Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. Ghost in the Shell is one of the worst movies I have ever seen through. That movie is horrible. So of course, that's the director doing the Crow remake. So yeah, that's the director, and of course, he's pretty much he of course had that affair with Kristen Stewart, but I don't care about that. So that this alone is major reason why I'm not anticipating the Crow at all. I mean, I think Bill Skarsgård could possibly do well as the role. But I think Bill Skarsgård is great. But it's just the director is the main reason I'm not anticipating this film at all. I mean, yeah, I mean there could always be directors that is attached to a project that have done not so great stuff. I'm like, okay, maybe that's just as bad than The Office. This director has not had a good film in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Crow remake would be his best film. Maybe his only good movie is Credit. That's always a possibility. But yeah, I'm sad to say I'm not really anticipating this film at all. So sorry about that. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Shotgun Wedding. 9, Craven the Hunter. 8, The Pope's Exorcist. 7, The Palace. 6, After Everything. 5, Jesus Revolution. 4, Beautiful Disaster. 3 is, of course, Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist. 2, The Nun 2. And number 1 is The Crow. Now, there's some other ones I could have added. Like, there's another Exorcist movie coming out that I'm not too anticipated. It's called True Haunting. That's supposed to have Aaron. That's supposed to have Aaron Moriarty, of course, Starlight from The Boys fame, and Jamie Campbell Barrett, who of course played the villain in Stranger Things season 4. So it has some cool stuff going for it, but like Exorcist. I mean, I'm still anticipating the Exorcist because I did quite like the Halloween remake. So we'll see what David Gordon Green does with that. But yeah, True Haunting, I'm not interested in. The film where James Franco playing is playing that Cuban dictator Castro. I'm like, okay, a white guy playing Fidel, perfect there. Who knows how that's gonna shape up? Ru- there are some Bruce Willis movies I'm not anticipating, but it's just hard for me to even add those on my list because of the situation with Bruce, and I kind of understand why he's been doing some of these type of movies. So I cannot. I'm not really interested in them, but I still could not add those in my list. It just makes me feel way too bad to really add those in my list. But there are some other stuff that could be terrible. Probably some home video based movies I did not add. Toxic Avenger could be good, but who knows? Uh, Obviously, I'm not the target demographic, but ain't no way I'm watching Baby Sharks the movie. No way I'm doing that. But the Paw Patrol sequel, I could have easily added, but I didn't mind the first film, so maybe the Paw Patrol sequel could be good. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. Let me lead you guys. What are some of your least anticipated films of the year? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simu signing out.